Apart from having a record-breaking office weekend, it is quite easy to dismiss Black Panther as yet another superhero movie. But once seeing it on the big screen, you soon realize that it's much more than that. Instead of just that, the audience is given a picture that emphasizes all the notable features of being African. The movie is mysterious in nature, as not only do you get a variety of deep characters with a captivating villain, you also have a movie where a majority of the cast and minds behind it are African Americans. A striking element of Black Panther was the astonishing chemistry between all the actors and their performances. Each character managed to have its own independence in nature and played pivotal roles in the flow of the movie. Nakia is the love interest of T'Challa, but has her own mind and character build that focuses on herself as a human being. She isn't left to the part of solely the love interest, as most movies tend to do, operating only to enhance the protagonist, but rather, she defines herself in her own way. Black Panther goes beyond merely giving character independence, but represents a variety of characters who each have a special skill or interest. Throughout the movie, countless strong female characters are shown. The film also has exciting villains. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, and Ulysses Claw, played by Andy Serkis, who have their own reasons for what they do. Killmonger is a villain that enchants the audience and helps create a story with emotional values. Claw, however, is a deplorable pick-of-the-crop villain that the audience is used to, which worked interestingly that Killmonger ended up killing him, showing his predominance as the main villain. Although I was immensely disappointed that they killed off Claw. I thought he was one of the greater Marvel villains, and he didn't even live to see the second half of the movie. It's kind of sad. Chadwick Boseman, who plays the role of Black Panther, has an internal conflict that appears to be very constricted in his actions. But it's because of the enduring personality that adds weight to the story and makes the audience cheer for him to the very end. Our modern society lives in an age where people of color and minorities are struggled to represent on screen and in the media. And so, it's quite intriguing the way the film recognizes a few South African languages on screen in a superhero movie. Black Panther includes numerous scenes where conversations in South African languages take place, and it brings an unbelievable pride in it. Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd also deserve major credit for their spectacular contribution to the film. The car chase scene, for example, would not have been the same if not for the soundtrack composed by these two artists. It helps to put you in the shoes of the characters themselves. The moments in which the camera shows Africa outside of Wakanda and then zooms into the city itself makes Wakanda feel like a futuristic version of what South Africa could look like. Yet, in the back of your head, you understand that it's just a fantasy movie, but the imagination that it brings is undeniable. There is but one critical acclaim I have of the movie, and that is of the somewhat scarce action sequences. I expected a little more action from the film, but the scenes in which inhabited action was marvelous. Director Ryan Coogler has done a remarkable job giving the audience a different kind of superhero movie, one that makes a statement, one that makes a stand on society today. And I'm sure it's needless to say that the Marvel Cinematic Universe will nothing but benefit from this splendid making of a film. I think the represented cast did an amazing job crafting such a film, and I would definitely recommend anyone to watch this cultural masterpiece.